Meera Joshi ji, Mr. Vishwanath, my colleague, Anurag Srivastav, the Communications Advisor to the Honourable Prime Minister, Mr. Pankaj Tewari, Mrs. Neelam Kapoor, DGP I&B, Mr. Mohanty, DGD AVP, all the officials who have worked to make these three endeavours a success, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a great pleasure to be amongst all of you today in the afternoon. And as both Mr. Tewari and Mrs. Kapoor were pointing out, that this bears testimony to the resilience and the perseverance of the Publications Division, that in a very competitive environment, in an extremely public sort of a discourse, Publications Division has had the proud privilege of being a revenue surplus unit of the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, and we must compliment them for their endeavour. When I was given this responsibility by the Honourable Prime Minister to serve in the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, and I started reviewing the media units one by one, I was pleasantly surprised to find that employment news circulates whenever it comes out with an edition that is on a weekly basis, to the extent of about 4 lakhs or 5 lakhs every week. And this not only bears testimony to what Mr. Tewari was saying about the intrinsic need in our country to create jobs and employment, but also to the fact that all those who are consumers of this publication need to be given access to the highest quality of content, highest quality of non-partisan content, along with the advertisements and the information which is there about employment opportunities. I therefore requested Mrs. Meera Joshi and her colleagues that they must add at least 2 to 4 pages in every issue of the employment news, which gives a diverse body of opinion on important national issues, whether they are developmental in character, whether they are strategic in nature, or they concern any facet of either national or international affairs which people need to be cognizant of. The employment news, of course, does some editorial or has some editorial content on its first page, but as we go along into the further issues of employment news, I do hope that they would be able to incorporate some of these very humble submissions, and we can have an employment news which is both rich in content as well as rich in information, because this is something which would benefit the end user. It is also a matter of great pride that the Publications Division has decided to launch the Urdu e-version of the employment news. It's often said that the true test of a democracy is not how it treats its majority, but how it treats its minorities. And therefore, in the context of Urdu, the reality is that this is not a minority-specific language. I come from a state which is predominantly a Punjabi-speaking state, but there are a large number of people who are, even today, regular readers of Urdu newspapers, regular readers of Urdu books, and so therefore the launch of the e-version of Urdu news, I think in addition to making information easily available to people in the language of their preference, would also go a long way in strengthening what is the intrinsic mission of the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting to equally promote all languages which are there in the schedule of the Indian Constitution, so that each and every citizen feels represented in the endeavor that we make, which then brings us to the last aspect of the activity today, and which is this stupendous information manual which they bring about. I think the most learned on this table is our dear friend Mr. Anurag Srivastav, who's topped the Indian Administrative Services in the 1992 batch, and I think he and a lot of his colleagues, must have had the benefit of perusing the information which is contained in the manual, and we do hope as we go along, we will keep on refining the content, we will make it more user friendly, we will ensure that it proliferates even more widely, and of course earn more revenue for us, which Iraji was telling me that this is one publication which we do not distribute free of cost, even if the minister was to ask for it. And I think that's a great caveat which she's put onto it, because in the world that we live in, I think each of us must realize that government also has to bring about a paradigm shift in its thinking, and start, if not doing activities which are cost plus, but at least activities which are cost neutral. So therefore, with these words, once again, I thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, for sparing time this afternoon, for being with us, and for encouraging us in this very humble endeavor which we try and make on an annual basis. Thank you very much.